Here we go. I can't tell you how pleased I am to be getting out again. It's a couple of weeks since we got back from this second part of the South Downs Way, Dan and I, and just been figuring out what to do, and I'll speak more about that later on, about the next challenge. But in the meantime, I'm filling my time with little walks around the island again. So the plan is to get out of Newport, head up towards West Wight, track across to Newtown, which is a beautiful part of the island, and then head south again to Bryston. About a 12-mile hike in this beautiful sunshine. Can't tell you how good that feels. We'll put a map up to show you where we're going, and I'll bring you back later on when we get out of this traffic. Bye for now. You hear that? Yeah, that is no noise. Yeah, so we're out on the track now. Within no time or distance, you can be out in the country enjoying the peace and quiet and the bird song. Which is good for the soul. Anyway, as I said, great to be out again in this weather as well. Done a few cold. It's been obviously it's been winter, so it's all been winter walks. But now it all changes, and we can enjoy some beautiful weather with some beautiful views on the beautiful Isle of Wight. There's a word for that, isn't there? That repetition, other than boring. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, I'll get some miles in and I'll bring you back later on. What's that noise? It's called Countryside. And of course, we're back on the Isle of Wight. You know what that means. And 8. Could do this all day. Oh, we have. Hello. So I just realised what a great view this would be. This is a little hedgerow track after the village of Newtown. Not even a village really, it's like a hamlet. And you walk through this little track and it opens out to this view. Which I think you'll agree is phenomenal. Now, Newtown was actually the capital of the Isle of Wight in medieval times. Thriving borough, let alone Newport nowadays. This was the place to be. And now there's about, I don't know, 8 or 9, maybe 10 houses and cottages in the place. A really beautiful spot, very peaceful spot of the Isle of Wight, and quite popular with twitchers. Not twitchers, bird watchers, because there's a couple of hides around here, and it's a long way from, you know, any sort of urban areas. So basically it's quite a busy day today, and I've had instructions. My director has told me I need to get film of the the long wooden bridge. Now, obviously, I have to do it because it is iconic part of this area. But I'm not sure the extras, if you see what I mean, are directable. So I will do what I can to capture this, and we'll see what we get. So the hide is over that way, and there's a track that you can get to. Anyway, as instructed, look at this. Now, I think in my time here on the island, this has been rebuilt once. I think it was quite rickety, but this one has been here probably best part of 20 years, probably. As you can see, it's tides up at this time today. Look out there, look at all those yachts and motor boats, and the sea looks turquoise today out there. When we get a bit closer, I'll show you. But so there's a boat club at the end there in that shack, and on the left, well, definitely on the left here, but maybe across over my left shoulder, there used to be salt flats. You know, so the tide comes in, leaves its salt, and they drain it and harvest the salt. Those kind of salt flats. You can see the tide's still coming in, so it's really quite high today. So we're going to walk around here. In fact, I might have my lunch along this spot somewhere. Why wouldn't you, eh? In fact, I'm going to have to bring my canoe up here one day. So it has been known for yachts to be moored up this end, and they get their little tenders out and row themselves down that way a bit. Maybe just make out the buildings and yachts in the distance. There's a small boatyard, and they used to moor their tender there and then walk down to the pub, which I think is closed now, unfortunately. And unfortunately, they tie it at when the tide is high, tie it without any slack, and by the time they've returned, the tide's gone out and their boat is high and dry. Schoolboy error, I hear someone say. Yeah, so salt pens, salt marsh. There we go, look at that. So if I didn't tell you we were on the Isle of Wight, you could be anywhere else with a view like this in the world. Yeah, I'm so bringing my canoe up here one day. I don't think I've seen the water this high up around here before, this high. See that? Carpe diem. Seize the day. So just stopped for my lunch at the Newtown Quay area of this walk. It's an absolutely beautiful spot. It's not a spot that you can actually rush lunch and then want to get going again. It's just delightful. Anyway, as I was saying earlier, we come back from part 2 of the South Downs Way a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and we've been looking around thinking, well, what are we going to do next? Dan and I, and out of a bunch of different proposals, the planning meeting has decided on the Cumbria Way, which is an 80-mile through hike, about 6 days probably, maybe something like that, 80 miles from Ulverston to Carlisle in the Lake District. And yeah, so that's planned in for around the middle of July, and I'm really looking forward to that. Gets under your skin. The hiking, the camping, just gets under your skin. It's so good for you. Anyway, in addition to that, since I'm kind of almost there, I think I'm then going to do the Ben Nevis summit, which I've been itching to do, and I mentioned it before, and I just want to do it. I need to get it done, so I'm going to just tag that on the end. Hopefully, touch wood, it all goes to plan. So yeah, that's it. That's the next one. We've learned a lot from our first couple of sections of the South Downs Way, and looking forward to putting those lessons learned to practice. So yeah, can't wait, looking forward to it. Keep watching, Rambles fans, because I'll be taking you with me all the way. Down there, it's as boggy as you like, so nearly went in. Luckily no one was filming. The cameraman was looking the other way. Yeah, so I've got about 4 or 5 miles to get back to Brightstone, and that'll be it for the day. About 12-13 miles. Yeah, happy with that. Looks like a lot of nettles to me, but Mrs. B will know. And the rest is cow parsley, I think, which is a big favourite of Monty, as we know from GW, or Gardener's World for those that don't know. And this is the walk. This is the walk out of Newtown Hamlet, if you like. Then that's out of Newtown, and here we have Newtown Old Town Hall, which you will find on one of my previous videos, which on a previous coastal path walk. We'll link it up here somewhere. Yeah, this is Newtown Old Town Hall. You'll find more information on that previous video. I don't know if ever that's open to the public, but it ought to be. Anyway, miles to go. So you know what I'm like. I'm walking along, pondering life and things to myself, and I've just had to do a little road stretch there after coming through a couple of fields rights of way as usual, and a little road stretch with traffic speeding past, and then I'm still on the road actually, but it's much quieter. And I mean, I may be stating the obvious here, but all you experienced hikers and wild campers out there, but when you spend even a few hours, as little as that, but even a few days on the trot where your interaction with general public is so little and all you can hear is nature, it's a bit of an invasion when you get back to society. Invasion on you. It's an invasion on your own senses and well-being. I think it just is. When you can't hear any of that modern stuff, it's like you go back hundreds of years, maybe. I don't know. Just rambling. But the point is, if you can get away from your day-to-day existence, if you work in a factory, which I've done, if you work at a desk, which I've done, it just erodes the being. So if you can get away, even for a few hours, better still a few days, it just is the best thing you can do for yourself. I know it's easy for me to say, I know it is, having retired now, but yeah, enough. No, not enough. Wherever people work, I don't think, especially if it's a corporate environment, I just don't think they realise how much they take out of people. No matter what they say about mental health and well-being and all that stuff, I'm afraid I just feel that it's a tick in the box exercise for them. And yeah, so that's how I feel about it. They don't realise. People burn out. I've seen it happen. People have to take off. I've seen that happen a lot. I heard a few weeks ago that the place where I was working had started to ask people, why are people leaving? And this person that was telling me that, I said, well, who are they asking? And he said, oh, you know, people from different departments. I said, well, that's odd. Why don't they ask the people that have actually left? Because the people that are there have to be there. They have to be to work. So, all right, ramble over now. Sorry. So we are now in Calbourne village, which is another delightful place. And this view here, up to the church there, is it's like a shot out of Downton Abbey. Beautiful. The obligatory village war memorial. Respect. What a stunning place. Winkle Street. It's famous street locally. Very pretty, very picturesque. I hope they don't mind me walking past, taking these shots. I'm not going to make it too obvious. He says, holding a GoPro up. Of course, it only goes down so far. That's why you get people reversing back like this. Doesn't seem right to have cars down here. Hello again from Winkle Street. I feel my feet have been anointed in holy water. I'm not going to go for the full immersion. Oh God, that feels so nice. That is so cold, but so nice. Oh my word. I think they'd mind if I wild camped on their front lawn by the side of this river. Wow, that is cold. But so nice. There's wildflowers over there. I don't know what they are. So pretty. Oh my God, my feet are cold. I just got a shot of it then, but another thing I wish you could experience. I've just walked past a whole batch of wild garlic plants. You get it when it's shaded like this, and the smell is delicious. If you like your garlic, you love wild garlic, but you just, yeah, love it. I took a wrong turn back there, so I've had to make myself a detour and pick up get back on the track into Brystone. But I hope you've enjoyed this trek today, 13 or 14 miles by the time we finish on a less well-known route. I am picking up on some wildflowers down here. Oh. I don't know what they are. And here. Don't know what they are. Mrs. B might be able to tell you. But yeah, so I just come over the brow of the hill behind me to get back onto the trail, and I know I'm biased, but does this view ever fail to excite, really? I mean, look at that. Hey, that's stunning, isn't it, on a clear day like today? So anyway, yes, I'm going to leave it there today and make my way back into the village. So thank you very much for staying with me. If you like it, please consider liking and subscribing, and maybe hitting that notification bell for any upcoming videos. Remember, the next big expedition is going to be the Cumbria Way in July. Yes, you'll be coming with me and Dan on that trip, and we'll see how that goes. Can't wait. That's going to be a great one, I think. Lake District, lovely. So yeah, I will catch up with you again on an Isle of Wight walk maybe next week sometime, but for now, bye.